better weekend. Um, Perfect. So, welcome to another meeting of Toastmasters. This is a place where we come together, all of us, every week, and we support each other through our communication and leadership journey. Something I have noted, especially true for our club, that has been mentioned by many members and guests, including myself, is that how engaging and impactful some of these meetings tend to be. So, as an example, take the meeting last week that was led by Toastmasters. Mohit, how many of you were present there? Remember, folks remember that meeting? Okay. So it was so impactful that people, Pihu also wonderful, uh, folks were, I think it was so impactful that people were talking about it even throughout the week, even till Friday. So that's the strength I feel of our meetings. And that got me thinking that there are certain activities which are personal to all of us that are that get us so fully engaged and present in the moment, that we can forget about what time and place we are at. Maybe we are just focused on one task at that time and are able to give the energized focus to that task, right? So it's almost like a meditative state. In fact, there is a special term for this state and it's called flow state. So I want to begin this meeting by asking everyone present here, uh, what are those one or two activities for you that get you into the flow state, where you just forget about where you are and are just fully immersed in the activity? So let's each take turns, say in few words what those activities are, and then pass the baton on to someone else. Let's go through everyone when they start, right? So I'll start. For me, there are two activities that really get me into the flow. One is playing tennis, and the other is something I recently acknowledged is a legitimate activity, which is thinking about a singular idea. So it could be, something complex technical problem, or even wondering why something works the way it works in the world. So that is for me. I see Toastmaster Vivek's hands up. So I will pass the baton to Toastmaster Vivek.
Hi, good morning, Toastmaster Soumya. Thank you. For me, flow means the state of non-thinking. When I'm not thinking, that's the flow. I allow my thoughts for me to experience that thought. So what I do, I just sit straight. I don't even do deep breathing, just focus on my breath. And that gets me back to the flow. So it takes few seconds, then I'm back to the flow wherever I am in whichever situation. And I'm able to get the right thing, do the right thing at that point of time. That has been my experience. So when for me, it's like an anchor. See, I've got this internal anchor. For some people, it could be external anchor. Okay, they see something, they remember something, but for me, this is the anchor. Thank you.
Sure. Now just select someone else to go. Okay, I'll pick. Um, let's go with Toastmaster Vinny.
Hi, Toastmaster Soumya. For me, I think reading is one activity, and spending time with kids is another activity, which gets me into the flow state. So, for example, on the weekend, if we talk about if we play a game, maybe badminton or any other game with the kids, or just gossip and spend time chatting with them, so that gets me into the flow state, and I really don't want to go get out of it. And similarly, reading a book is another one activity which I think gets me into the flow state because I enjoy reading books. And even though I get lesser time to read, but if I start reading a book, and then it is very difficult to come out of it. So that really gets me into the flow state. I'll also I'll pass on to Nina. Toastmaster Nina.
You're
I
on mute.
think she's not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning, and thank you for that. I was thinking once upon a time, reading used to be the thing that got me into a zone. Once I got into a book, it used to be very difficult to get me away from that book morning till night. That unfortunately has been substituted by reels. So I start scrolling reels, and I'm like, hey, where did the time go? So yes, but it is fun because I get a lot of new ideas. I'm like aghast at some of the things that are going on in this world, but it's interesting and it's a whole new world. So a lot of interesting perspectives which I would not have thought about. So scrolling and reading, I think. So right now, newspaper reading is also there. So that's the only other activity I can think of. Back to you, ma'am.
You can pick someone else to go after you. Mhm. Okay, let's say Toastmaster Rashi. Toastmaster Rashi, are you there? Okay, let's move on. Maybe Toastmaster Pihu. Oh, you're there.
Hi, yeah, okay.
Okay, Rashi, go ahead. Then after you, Pihu can go. Cannot. I couldn't hear that. Maybe Pihu, you want to go?
Yes. So one thing that keeps me go with the flow or gets me to the flow is listening to soulful music. So I really think that uh, clears out my mind and any kind of overthinking that I am going through. So that is the thing that I almost do every day while working and when I want to focus on things. And sometimes I also play some rain sounds and some natural sounds like bird chirping and those things in my laptop so that I can feel connected. And I would like to pick, um, okay, I would like to know what Miss Needle has to say about this.
Thanks, Peter. I like when I'm playing badminton, I'm totally there. When I'm watching Netflix, I'm totally there. When I'm reading some fictional book, I enjoy it. When I'm reading some other book, I just drift away and sleep. So yeah, these are the things that keep me flowing. Back, hand over to Ashish.
Hi guys, you'll have to explain me the question because I joined a bit late, so I did not
What
hear the
keeps
question.
you in a flow of state, like be in the present moment?
What keeps me in the present moment? Okay. Uh, I think reading and sharing is something that keeps me in the present moment. I love to, I love to read. I love to have insights coming into my head, and I also love to summarize and share. I think my brain is perhaps as tiny as a toddler or as a newborn because I can remember very little. So the only way for me to remember is to repeat again and again, and I try to share it with myself more than others, and therefore that helps me to remember. What makes me get perhaps a little away from the moment is when things are terribly going wrong. Is something I find it a little difficult to handle. Trying to learn how to manage it from people like Neetal and Toastmaster Mohit. And I need to pick a person, and I don't know who all have gone before me, so please correct. In case you have already gone, let's see. The last on my list is Simi, and why don't we hear her thoughts?
Thanks, Toastmaster Ashish, for nominating my name. Um, I think that keeps me in the moment is to reflect on my emotions. So, what gives me energy, like celebrating what I've achieved, and what keeps my energy low, and finding that solution on maybe YouTube, talking to ChatGPT. So that's one thing that I like, and that I'm completely engrossed in, getting evolved. Yep. Um, Actually, I joined late. I'm not sure who is left. Maybe I will just
Yeah,
nominate to the person.
yeah. Let's go with Toastmaster Mohit.
Sure.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. I can resonate with so many of you. So what brings me into the flow state is like that's my top number one would be spending time alone, like whether it is reading, writing, walking. I love to walk, try to do 10K a day, and that's where my best ideas come from. The other one that is not yet spoken about is attending live events. So it could be this meeting for that matter, or it could be music shows or some technology events. That brings me fantastic ideas. So yeah, that's my flow state. I'll pass on to Neeru.
Hello, everyone. I just joined as a guest for the introduction point of view. I'm Aniru Patni. I'm working by profession. I'm CA, having a 16 years of experience. I'm working in Gurgaon in a MNC. I want to again rejoin this public speaking. That's a Toastmaster way back, and I think since last year I was searching a the good Toastmaster club. Earlier, I was a part of Toastmaster Club of Dwarka. Then Amit gave me your number, Mohit, and then as a guest, I joined today's meeting. Now go to the topic. Then go to the topic which group. What keep me go with the flow is one is the reading. Nowadays, I start reading romantic novels. Earlier, I used to, read that some knowledgeable, uh, which keep me, engross the storytelling, how we can, more enhance our storytelling way. Second, and then I got to know in that last novel which I read that's how we can explain in a better way or and in a more interesting way with the small things in even in a small incidents which I like the most. And second thing, I want to keep me updated through the geopolitical news which I like it. And apart from scrolling mobile and the watching Netflix whenever time I get. Thank you. I think anybody left, I can nominate that name. Maybe Shravan Kumar. Or
Yeah, sure. Hi, thanks, Neeru. I am Shravan. I'm from Bangalore. I was a Toastmaster. Currently, this tenure, I couldn't join due to some other priorities. I just wanted to know I just joined in between, so I just wanted to know the theme of this continuous flow. I couldn't.
okay,
Maybe
Shravan, that
Toastmaster
we
Mohit,
are
could you help me?
discussing.
What is the theme?
Yeah, we are discussing is what keep you go with the flow at that present moment. What things?
Yeah, one thing that makes me flow with the present moment is curiosity. I'm so curious to learn new things. I'm so curious to watch the environment, how it has been changing, how it was yesterday, and how it is today, and how it is going to transform tomorrow. So I always keep an eye on everything from technology to human consciousness, how people change, how kids change day by day, how uh, anything that is around, maybe a transportation system, how it has changed, how it is going to change. So that kind of curiosity is always keeps me active and try to go with the flow and adapting the change and uh, not regretting, being in the present moment and keeping eye on my breathe pattern, whether it is uh, in harmonious or is it changing, observing those things. These things will keep me flow along with the breathe, I can say. That is how I interpreted this theme. And I would like to, uh,
Okay. I
re-
think we are,
yeah, I would
yeah,
like
I think
to,
we are done. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much all for
sorry, please go
sharing.
ahead.
Yes, no, thank you so much for sharing. Let's yeah, move on. I think I really wish then it's so wonderful to hear everyone's activities that get you all into the flow. And I really wish for all of us that that percentage of flow state just increases in our lives, and things that drain out our energy, they just reduce. So with that, let's flow into our today's meeting. And there are few ground rules, just only two, because as you know, this is a safe and respectful environment. So it's up to all of us to hold its sanctity, right? Uh, so the first rule is that if you're listening, then please keep your microphones on mute and refrain from typing on the chat box. That makes sure that the speakers are not disrupted, and also that you have your full attention and presence to the speakers. Please also keep your cameras on. We are friends, we don't judge. And if you're picking up your nose, that's okay. No judgments there. So just keep the cameras on. Second rule is that if you're a speaker, when you're speaking, yes, we love that you're authentic, but please refrain from speaking about sensitive subjects like sex, religion, and politics. So, with that said, let's get started. And I'm going to hand over the microphone to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Mohit, right now, or Monica? Toastmaster Mohit. Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Soumya. What an energetic and what an engaging start she brought to our meeting. I'm covering for Toastmaster Monica. She's our president for Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. We are doing a joint meeting today between Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. And I'm super happy to be here to be your presiding officer. I see there are some guests who are present today. Nina, John, we have Shravan Kumar, Bob. I cannot even call you a guest. You are our friend and you've been attending our meetings so often. Neeru is our guest. So I would like to welcome all of you. Nina, very quick introduction from you, 30 seconds if possible. We'd like to hear what brings you here today and have you already been a Toastmaster?
To answer the last question first, yes, I've been a Toastmaster. Before all of you fall off your chairs, I've been a Toastmaster for 20 years now. So that's what I said, don't fall off your chair. So I'm club hopping online to see which of the, because I see such fabulous topics going on. I said, okay, let me check out online happenings. So that's why I'm here. I'm very happy to be here. Sundays are a little difficult to turn up every time, but whenever I get the chance, I will do so. You have a very interesting thing, and all the best for your joint meeting. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nina. It's so wonderful to have you with us, and we would love to hear your feedback and especially around what we can do better. If you can stay till the end, would love to hear more from you. And yeah, Toastmaster Ashish here is saying that he's been in Toastmasters for 5 years and he thought he was the grandfather of Toastmaster. He has he will have to revise his understanding now. And I've been a Toastmaster for 10 years, and I also considered myself to be one of the sort of great grandfathers. But yeah, it's super great to have you, Nina, and such a fantastic mix. We have people like Neeru who are new to Toastmasters relatively, and then people who are so old. So just enjoy the meeting. We will be in touch with you and love to hear from you. And if anybody wants to join us as a member, you can get in touch with me separately. We are here because of a common mission. That's what brings us here week after week. Our mission is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment where every member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. So with that, I would like to take the meeting forward. This meeting will have three segments. We have the prepared speeches, we have table topics, and then we have the evaluation. Today is a special meeting where we will be focusing a lot on the table topics, and we'll try to have everyone be covered in the table topics. We especially invited our mentor and our friend Toastmaster Ashish to evaluate Toastmasters table topics session for us today. So welcome Toastmaster Ashish. Look forward to your tips and tricks so we can all improve together. And now it's time for me to move forward and invite my own self as the general evaluator. I will be playing the role of the general evaluator today. And for today, I thought, even though it is called general evaluator, I would like to make it a little bit more specific and share specific feedback for each of the role players and for the EC about how we conduct the meetings. Specifically, what is the one thing that really worked out well and what is one thing that we can improve on? So I would try to bring that in the report, which I will bring at the end of the meeting. I would now like to invite my role players, the tag team, to share with us what they would be taking a note of in the meeting. So let me start with the timer of the day. Let's welcome on stage the timer of the day, Toastmaster Pihu.
Good morning, everyone. I will be serving as the timer for today's meeting. As the timer, I will help each speaker stay within their allotted time and develop discipline in their delivery. For today's Toastmaster table topic sessions, I will be signaling a green cue card at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. Once you see the red signal, you will have 30 seconds to wrap up. For the prepared speeches, say for example, a speech is of the time of 6 to 7 minutes. I will be showing the green cue card at 6 minutes, yellow at 6.5, and red at 7. I will record all timings and present the report when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pihu, for that explanation. I'll move on to our R counter for the day. That's been played by Toastmaster Winnie. So the stage is yours, Winnie.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So I will uh, reflect a situation here. So imagine you have an interview with, let's say, your dream company, Google, and you're being asked by the interviewer to brief about yourself. And you start with, like, my name is Winnie, and I'm very happy to be here for the interview. And what should I say about myself? So, what do you think the interviewer would gather about you? The first impression in itself is not impactful. So, my friends, we all know that we should avoid such words for better communication. Hi, I'm Winnie. I will be the counter of the day, and I'll be keeping a track of all the CRPS. C stand for crutch words, R stand for repeated words, P stand for pauses, and F stands for filler. So, crutch words are the words like naturally, obviously, basically, these are the words, and then pauses are the pauses, as we all know. Filler are the shorter words like are these also get slipped into the conversation and reduce the clarity of the message. And similarly, there are pauses which get slipped in unintentionally, longer pauses or repeated phrases in the speech. So why do we do them? Why do we do these? Because we want to recollect a part of the speech, and therefore these get slipped into the conversation. So as an hour counter of the day, I will be keeping a track of all such words and will be presenting my report at the end of the session. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinny. You really hit the nail on the head when you started off by explaining what happens in an interview. Happens to all of us, and definitely we look forward to your report at the end so we can improve. Now, I would like to call on stage Toastmaster Soumya, who's playing the grammarian for the day. Over to you, Soumya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. As a grammarian, I would be looking at for great usage of English language as well as not so great usages of English language throughout everyone's speeches. I will also be announcing the word of the day and the idiom of the day. Try to use both one or at least one of them in your speeches. So the word of the day for today's meeting is audacious. Audacious means bold, daring, or confident or willing to take risks. So in a sentence, this could be she made an audacious decision to quit her job and start her own company. Uh, the idiom of the day is the ball is in your court or the ball is in my court. It means that now it's your turn to make the next decision or take the next action. As an example, it's hey, I've made an offer. So now the ball is in your court if you decide to accept. So I'll type these out slowly in the chat box. But yeah, remember these word of the day and the idiom of the day. For everyone present in the meeting, whenever someone uses the word or the idiom, please give thumbs up, show them support, and it also gives a signal to me, helps me as grammarian to know. So yeah, that's all. Back to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. So the ball is in my court now. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, that's my team. My team will be coming back at the end of the meeting, and so will I, to share with all of you what we did well and what can we improve upon. And with that, it's time for us to start the first segment of our meeting, which is prepared speeches. I see that Toastmaster Rashi is ready, and so is her evaluator, Toastmaster Pihu. I would like to spotlight Rashi and Pihu. And Pihu, if you could share the details, objectives for Toastmaster Rashi's speech.
Sure. I would like to introduce Miss Rashi Jain. She is a curious soul who thrives on exploration, challenge, and thoughtful self reflection. As a business process analyst leading a business unit, she is learning how to run an empire, one small adventure at a time. A believer in growth, kindness, and questioning biases, Rashi is work in progress who is loving every minute of her journey. Her pathway is presentation mastery. She is delivering her level 1 speech, which is writing speech with a purpose, and her speech title is Identity is Fluid. Identity is Fluid.
Thank you,
The ball is
Toastmaster
in,
Pihu.
sorry,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go
the
ahead.
ball is in your court now.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pihu, for that wonderful introduction. And Rashi, we can do a quick audio video check before I hand over or before I put the ball in your court, so to say. Can you repeat after me? It's a beautiful day today.
It's a beautiful day today.
Your audio isn't very clear, Rashi. Can you try fixing it?
Is it like low or is it cracking or something?
The audio, the volume is very low. We can't hear you now, Rashi. Do you have another headset or some other audio wired audio device. No, Toastmaster Ashish, still not audible. I would, yeah, I would suggest that we can maybe come back to your speech once you fix your audio issues. For now, we can continue to the next speaker. Okay. So the next speaker we had was Toastmaster Swarnav Malik. I am
He did not join.
checking if he's there. No?
No, he didn't. I texted, but he did not reply.
Okay, okay. So in that case, Toastmaster Neetal, can we move on to the table topics segment?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let me invite on stage Toastmaster Neetal Jain, who's brought with her an amazing table topics segment today. She will explain to us how it will go. And Toastmaster Neetal herself is a CA by profession, extremely enthusiastic fitness person, somebody who's behind a lot of what of action we see in these meetings. A lot of the ideas that we have here are a reflection of what she thinks for us. She's also the VP Education for our club. So let's welcome on stage Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. And I welcome everyone in this table topic marathon. So as a table topic master, the only job I'll be doing today is giving a table topic. And the rest, evaluation would be done by Toastmaster Ashish. Can I see him? Yes, he is there. And Toastmaster Ashish evaluation will be done by Toastmaster Mohit. So he will also get a feedback on his feedback. So I have sequenced on the names of the people. I have texted in the chat who will go in a sequence. So at the end of the red card, I would request the second speaker, the next speaker to be ready so that we don't spend a lot of time in calling out the names. And the evolution, the first round of evolution will be done by Toastmaster Ashish after Toastmaster Kanika finishes. And if the time permits, we will go for a second round where the speaker can take the inputs from the feedback shared by Toastmaster Ashish and implement it in the next round. And if they have a fantastic job, they can continue the way they were doing it. Yes, everyone agree? Any questions? Great. So we will start with our presiding officer, our general evaluator, and the moderator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Mohit. So Toastmaster Mohit, and timer, please note the timer card. Yeah. So 1 minute green, 1 minute. Yeah. So Toastmaster Mohit, your topic is, how do you see yourself today? How do you see yourself today, Toastmaster Mohit? You're on mute.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal, for that beautiful topic. It will help me reflect on something that's really important and I haven't thought of in a while. What do I think of myself today? There have been times when I have thought that I'm not good enough. And there have been times when I think that I haven't done so badly after all. I think that is something that you all can probably relate with, because at any point in time, we are somewhere in the middle. We are never going to reach the destination. It's a continuous journey. If we are let's imagine we are walking towards a destination, and we are somewhere in between. There are two choices we have at this point. We can look ahead and see that the destination is so far away and such a long road that we still have to cover, and you can be in doubt whether you will be able to make it or not make it. The other thing that you can think of is look back and see how far you've come. I would like to imagine myself like that. I would like to imagine myself thinking that yes, the road may be too far ahead and I still have a long one to cover, but where I started from. Where I started from was when I wasn't sure if I will even get a job, for that matter. And not only did I get a job, I got a good job, something that gives me a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment, that helps me in helping others in the process. And I'm doing something that I like to do. So I have come a far road already. And that is what motivates me. That gives me the feeling that if I've come so far from where I begun, then yes, I can cover the rest of the road as well. So, friends, wherever you are in your journey, it is okay to feel demotivated sometimes by looking at what others are doing or how far my destination still is. But whenever you are in that thought, look at how far you've come. Look at what all achievements you've already made possible for your own self. And that, my friends, will give you the motivation to keep going on the journey ahead. So, Toastmaster Neetal, that's how I see myself, as someone who started off small and has reached somewhere and is looking forward to the next. Thank you. Back to you.
Glad to be part of your journey. So next comes Toastmaster Vivek.
Am I audible?
Yes. Toastmaster Vivek, talk about a time you felt confident because you pretended to be confident. Talk about a time you felt confident because you pretended to be confident. Toastmaster Vivek.
I remember this was December 2020. I was working at a construction site. I was camping there to expedite the progress of a project of a national importance. And I was victim of COVID, away from family. My family was telling me, come back to Delhi. I said no. I was hospitalized, and that was the time I pretended to be confident because I had no choice. I was thinking about my past. I was thinking where I am lying today on the bed, doing nothing, just injected with a lot of medicines, thinking about future. Am I going to do everything what I have been doing in past? Should I change? Should I do something different? What if I don't live? What will happen to my family? I pretended to be confident. And the one thing which came to my rescue was I started my reading journey. That gave me tremendous confidence. I joined a community just for reading. I started getting up early morning, just 1 hour only for reading. And today I can proudly say that I have finished more than hundreds of books reading in last 4 years. So that was my moment where I pretended to be confident. Thank you.
I pretend many times and I get good results. Thanks, Toastmaster Vivek, for sharing it. Next comes Toastmaster Rashi. She is here. There is Toastmaster
Yes.
Rashi. Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Your topic. What's one negative thought you want to delete? What's one negative thought you want to delete? Toastmaster Rashi.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. One thought I want to delete from my head is that I can't do this. I don't want myself to think about limitations, think about something I'm not capable of or I can't do, or putting any kind of myself in any kind of blocks. I want to be limitless. I want to keep going into things, doing things which make me discomfort. I want to try new things, and I don't want to keep on thinking about these things that no, I can't do this, I can't do that. So, yeah, I want to delete this thought from my head that I can't do this thing or that thing.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rashi. Yes, you can do everything. I trust you. So next comes Toastmaster Pihu, our timer of the day. Can you time yourself or you want someone else to do it?
I can do that.
Great. So your topic, Toastmaster Pihu. What's new habit would you like to build? What new habit would you like to build, Toastmaster Pihu?
I would like to build many such habits, but one habit that I can think of as of now would be reading books. So I love reading books, but the thing is, I am never consistent. Either I read one book a day or I don't read at all. I know most of you can relate to that thing in some aspect of your life or the other, but I am this way in reading books. So I find many genres of books that I find interesting and relevant to my life. I'm more of a kind of a reader who likes to read self-help books rather than other storybooks and such things. So I think if I would like to pick up one habit as of now, I would, discipline myself to read at least 30 minutes a day so that I can build this habit and stay on track consistently and regularly. And along with that, I am sure that I can learn new things from those books and make sure to implement those things in my life. And I have also added some of the books in my wish list which I would like to read. One of that is The Richest Man in Babylon, and the other one is Rich Dad and Poor Dad. I have read that book, but only half of it. So I would like to complete that and share my learnings. And then the third one that that I also want to read will be some atomic habits kind of book so that I can get help in developing a habit and sustaining it enough so that I have read a fact that if you do something 40 days for at least 40 days, then you will develop a good habit and that will be saved in your mind and you will be feeling at ease once you do that activity in a day. So I would like to instill that kind of discipline in my routine for reading books. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pihu. So we have Ashish Agarwal here, who is a book addict. Can take his inputs how we cover so many books in a month. So next comes soon to be Toastmaster guest Nina. Your
Yeah, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can. So Nina, your topic is who in your family makes you smile? Who in your family makes you smile? Soon to be Toastmaster Nina.
Well, that's a very easy question because that comes in two parts. One is my younger daughter, especially, who has this great sense of humor. And after that would be my grandchildren, who have inherited my parents' sense of humor. So, examples of my younger daughter are the time when I came into the room and I found one hair in my tea cup, and I was like, "What did you do? How did you get that hair in my tea?" And she's like, "That's not my tea. If you don't believe me," and she kneels down in front of me, "count if anyone is missing." So I'm like, okay, I can't count the hair on your head right now, but that's one thing. And the other one is my grandchildren. So when they were small, I was like, they were on uh, on the potty, and I was like, be careful you don't fall in, because then I'll have to really wash you. And they turns around, my granddaughter turns around and says, no, 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 grandma. If I fall into the potty, you don't wash me. You flush me down. I was like, okay. So there's a lot of stuff that I have, and I could go on endlessly about the kinds of jokes my children and grandchildren come out with. So those are the kind of things that we're really talking about. And I think that's also because children have this sense of innocence. So they're not like this thing. And another one that my daughter had, sense of observation was, uh, you know, uh, women have this, you have a bun and then some people put an extension. So there was my daughter describing her aunt's buns, and so she said, so this auntie, she puts the one inside and she puts the other hair outside. Since one was black and the other was more gray kind of thing, she's like, it's one has like the egg yolk inside and one is like the egg yolk is outside, which I thought was a perfect description of gray hair and white hair together. So a million stories that I could have going on forever and ever. But yes, children, grandchildren, and children in general, their sense of innocence and sometimes absolute audacious sense of humor can really make you laugh. So back to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Nina, for sharing it. And
Welcome.
we all can relate to the mischiefs of the kids around, and how can they bring a smile. Next would be Toastmaster Winnie. Toastmaster Winnie, what do you think is your natural gift? What do you think is your natural gift, Toastmaster Winnie?
Thank you, Master Neetal. So far as I think, everybody is blessed with so many gifts, and there are certain talents which come inherent to you, and they are God gifted. So if I talk about myself, I am also blessed with few things. One is that I always want to learn new things, for that matter, and another is that I enjoy dancing. I enjoy speaking and articulating. I'm not very good at it though, but I enjoy that. And another thing is that I enjoy. So if I would say some God gifted thing is that I am always keen and observant, and I enjoy learning new things. So that is one thing that I am fond of. And besides that, if I would describe my interest for dancing, is something that I have done earlier, even though not now, but as a kid, I always took, participated in all the school level competitions and college level competitions in dancing. And solo dancing is something that I enjoyed. So these are few things that I think are uh, I am God gifted at. And the rest, I don't know. My friends would be able to tell me. I think that is all. So over to you, and the ball is in your court, Neetal. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Winnie. I believe I'm totally opposite of that. I never like dancing. So next would be Toastmaster Bob. Toastmaster Bob, you there? Toastmaster Bob, you're able to listen? I guess he is lost. We'll move on to the next Toastmaster Simi.
Yep. Hi, Toastmaster Nathan.
Toastmaster Simi, your topic is: who is one person you want to thank today? Who is one person you want to thank today? Toastmaster Simi.
So human is a social animal. Though I would want to spill the beans that who is the one person I want to thank, but I would like to start thanking people around me, people in this call, which set such a good community where we can uplift ourselves. I want to thank my family as well as my friends, and even the person on the road. If I get to communicate with, I really give all the credit to what I have come so far, to all the people surround me every day. I get to get connected with. But the most special person in my life is my sister, my elder sister. She is gynecologist by profession. But the role that she had played in my life is more than mother. Uh, so since childhood, she has been my light to succeed, to go forward. Wherever I used to feel low, she was my counselor since childhood until today. She is the one who has always given me guidance wherever I go low, and as well as where she need to step back, where I am too much leaning on her, how she can step back and then let lead my life by my own and by learning on my own learning. So that's one credit where I would want to give my whole wisdom to my elder sister. And I would also want to leave all of you thinking that one special person and saying thank to them, maybe today or whenever you get a chance. I am definitely going to pass on that thank you to my sister. Over to you, Toastmaster Nathan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Simi, for sharing it. So I believe Toastmaster Bob is available now. So Toastmaster Bob, what is your perfect day like? What is your perfect day like, Toastmaster Bob?
I wake up quite early in the morning, about like 30. Then I go out for a walk with my friends. We walk around for about an hour, and then we grab a cup of, not cup of, a jar of uh, different types of varieties. Today we had haldi, turmeric green, and after that, so we discussed about the current affairs of what's happening. That for an hour, and by the time it's around 8:30, I get back home, take a shower, get to office by 9, and then do some work. Then my day doing things that I like, working on projects or problems or whatever. So my daily work, be done by 5:30, 6 o'clock, possible, and then spend some time. By the time the kids are back from school as well, be able to spend about a couple of hours with them, either with their education or playing with them or learning and teaching with them. Be able to spend some hours, so, and then in between that have dinner. So be by 8:39, and have an hour with my wife. So we discuss what's happening, what's going on, life, daily stuff, and be in bed. That kind of a day that sounds boring to a lot of people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people here will be like, oh, so
go for it. But for me, it fulfills my mental requirements, my mental needs, my physical needs. I get to talk to my friends, I get to talk to my wife, I get to spend with my kids. At the same time, I'm active. I feel that I'm productive and I need something good to do. Right? So that putting all of that together makes it hard to be able to do that day in and day out is what I'm looking at. In between, just for a little bit of fun, postmaster very much better.
Toastmaster Bob, your voice was breaking a lot, so we could not completely hear you. So, yeah, that's it. Next will be Toastmaster Mukesh. So, Toastmaster Mukesh, you ready? Can we have an audio check once? Not audible. Not able to hear you. Is anyone able to hear?
No.
Toastmaster Mukesh, can you please check your audio? We'll call you again. Next would be Toastmaster Shravan.
Is Toastmaster Lethal. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, Shravan. Yeah, you're audible.
I think Toastmasters Needle's
Yeah, there's
connection
some technical
got
glitch.
bad.
Sorry, my net got disconnected. I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Toastmaster Shravan, can we see you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Shravan, what bold step would you take if you knew you wouldn't fail? What bold step would you take if you know you wouldn't fail? Toastmaster Shravan.
What bold step I would say I would take if I knew I'll fail. Is it?
If you know you
Could you
wouldn't
please
fail,
repeat
you won't
the
fail.
question? Wouldn't fail.
Yeah.
If I know if I wouldn't fail, any step becomes a bold step, I believe, isn't it? Only we have a fear of failure when there is an uncertainty in our life. Suppose if it is certain that if I'm sure that uh, it is gettable, then immediate we don't fear about it. So we don't need to take a bold step. We'll just go with the flow. But if the life is uncertain, then there is some kind of excitement in our life. So what happens next? What happens next? That excitement keeps us active and move with curiosity. So the bold step, I never get a chance to do that kind of thing, but bold step is every step I take will become a bold step only. One example I'll tell you uh, when I was in a jobless situation some time back, and around the environment was not cooperating with me, and everything was going against me. So in that time, I took a step that I was thinking that I should get out of this environment and create a new, start a new life altogether. But still, I was not able to do that because I got stuck with all the uh, uh, relations and everything. So I could not move out and I could not break that barrier.
that time I took a bold step that it was very difficult, but I took a step that doing an uh, MBA program from the global universities, and then that gives a opportunity to go out of this uh, chaos, but it didn't work out. But that was the very expensive bold step I took in my chaotic situation. But that time I was not know whether I'll get the success or not, but I gained the knowledge. Uh, I wanted to utilize that, but I'm not finding the right platform to do that. That's my experience. Back to you, table topics master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shravan, for sharing the bold step you have taken in your life. So next would be Toastmaster Somya. If you could spend one day offline, what would you do? If you could spend one day offline, what would you do, Toastmaster Somya?
Thank you for that topic, Toastmaster Neetal. Um, that's an interesting question because it almost makes me think that if I were offline for a day, would I be trying to jump back to get online because because of the way internet has become so integral to our lives, or would I actually take the time off and do things away from the grid? I would like to think that I would perhaps spend time in nature, away from, um, just cut off from the obligations and maybe even friends and family for a bit, and have go have a peaceful vacation somewhere in the mountains. That's what I would like to think. But I think if I were to be practical, um, in about half a day, I might have the itch to come back and start. I would feel a void, and I would want to come back and reconnect with everyone, reconnect with the world at the very least. So even if it's not working, if even if it's not fulfilling the obligations, I think I might actually be online again, doom scrolling or watching some YouTube videos at the very least. So, which also makes me think that how you could become an addict of your own habits, even when you know that something else is far better for you, and you know that at the end of it you would feel much better, but still perhaps because of the way you get wired while living in the society, your habits keep bringing you back to things that are probably not ideal. Yeah, back to you, table topic master Needle.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. So today morning I kept my phone on Zen mode, and if I keep it on Zen, it won't allow me to do anything on the phone. It's just locked. So I could not bear it one hour. I tried switching off, restarting the mobile, but the app did not exit. So I had to continue off 1 hour. So our table topic next would be Toastmaster Kanika.
Yeah, hi.
Yes. So I got a request from Toastmaster Kanika. She wanted to be totally involved in table topics. So I gave her a chance to listen to everyone before she speaks.
Thank you.
So here, Toastmaster Kanika. Which life lesson, what is the lesson life taught you the hard way? What is the lesson life taught you the hard way? Toastmaster Kanika.
There are many lessons that I have learned in life. I have had a long life. So many things, so many learnings. But one of the things I would say that I learned the hard way was not caring about the opinions of others. So for a long time, whatever I did, however I did it, it was always I would expect something. What will someone say? Whether they will approve of it, whether whether I'll get a compliment and, post on Facebook and see what kind of response I get. Everything that I did was based on what kind of response will I get? How will people perceive me? And then it happened that as I grew older, I realized that the opinions of others, what others think of me, hardly matters. And I guess the hard way was when I started, I got reduced number of likes and comments on my posts. It hit me. I felt very bad. And that was because I moved from one city to another, and kind of my friends were so involved in their lives that they were not that bothered about me, and that hurt me, and that completely changed my perception. And then I realized that it's not what others think of you, it's what you think of yourself. It's your life, what you focus on. That's what is important. The words and opinions of others hardly matter. So today I would like to end with a message to everyone that what I learned the hard way, I will try to make it easy for you. Whatever we do, it should be for our satisfaction, not to get an approval or a compliment from someone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kanika. A wonderful message.
Thank you.
So, Toastmaster Mukesh, do you want to give a try?
Needle,
Hello, everyone.
You missed my
Yeah.
name, I think. Sorry, it's Needle this side. You missed my name in between.
Sorry, I'll take after Mukesh.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
Am I
hold on,
audible?
and I missed it. Yes.
Okay, fine.
So, Toastmaster Mukesh, what is one personal rule you want to create for yourself? What is one personal rule you want to create for yourself, Toastmaster Mukesh?
Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal. Is it like what is one personal rule or role?
Rule.
Is it a rule? Okay. Thanks. Um, so, hello everyone. So quite one quite big problem with me is I have the habit of procrastination, and every time uh, I have to work, even in the professional or personal life, I keep moving it to the last date. And uh, I started working it. I did try to fix it a couple of time, but somehow it's not got like what I exactly want. So, so one of the rule I want to make for myself, I should start focusing on it and reducing this procrastination uh, thing, because it's not, it's like quite hampering my personal as well as professional life both. And uh, well, I find sometimes it's quite like interesting also, like in the situation like where the deadline is coming, then I work quite like uh, I will say ki, uh, uh, efficiently in the efficiently during those time. But when I have a lots of time, and I started working from the starting and trying to finish within those scheduled, then my efficiency was not so great. So I feel somewhere is positive, somewhere is negative, but I should somewhere I want to reduce it and want to be on to create this particular one rule for myself. I should work on this. Uh, that's the plan. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mukesh. Yeah, I remember you have the habit of withdrawing from the speech slot. So next would be soon to be Toastmaster Neeru. And sorry, I missed your name.
No problem.
So what's one thing you would stop complaining about? What's one thing you want to stop complaining about? soon to be Toastmaster Neeru.
Thanks, Neetu. I think being a human being, we always complains multiple things, either in an office or a personal life. But what should I do? I'm trying to, improve myself day by day, either getting feedback in the, professional life or a personal life. Earlier, I used to a altogether different personality. Now I am today because because that we can say that complaining is not a right word, because the important thing to act upon it. For example, in the professional life, if we are not getting a better appraisal or a promotion, what we used to do that we complain each and every time. Instead of complaining or complain on that position or situation, we have to act on that situation and overcome that situation, work on it, and prove yourself right so that you can get result as you want. And what I want to stop, one complaint for myself, that is one is the procrastination. Another thing is to be in myself. Sometimes it's happened we depend on the other person, maybe in family, to make our decisions. But I want to, stop that complaining the person or other person is not giving time or not care about my for me. Instead of I have to care myself and invest time and money on me so that I can see myself where I have aimed to reach that position. That is a one thing I want to stop complaining about that situation or a point, and to improve myself day by day to reach where I am want to reach that. Thank you. Thanks, Nikhil.
Thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Neeru. So one rule I follow is nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. Once you're out of the situation, no one remembers.
Yeah, only change is permanent.
So I would like to give a chance to our evaluator as well, Toastmaster Ashish.
Oh, this wasn't expected. You'll have to give me 30 seconds to change my location.
Okay, sure. Did I miss out anyone? So we are seeing
Yes.
Toastmaster Ashish image dancing.
Yeah, yes, better.
So Toastmaster Ashish, your topic. If the quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your relationship, which relationship do you need to repair and what's stopping you? If the quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your relationship, which relationship do you need to repair and what's stopping you? Toastmaster Ashish.
Hello, everybody. Repair. Isn't it a word that's for the previous generation? How many of you repair your stuff anymore? At least what I learned, nowadays things aren't supposed to be repaired. Guys, the repair cost you more than getting a new one, isn't it? The other day, my phone fell and broke its screen. Next moment, I ordered a new one, and here I have one for myself. Repair is such an orthodox word, isn't it? And that's what we all see happening to the relationships. If things don't work, yeah, they were not supposed to work any what ways. We made a wrong choice. Move on. Repair isn't becoming so obsolete. And our grandfathers or grandmothers were so busy repairing things, they kept fighting, sulking, and kept going on with the stuff. But hang on, this is one thing which perhaps our generation have messed it up. Life isn't about replacements. We can't just follow the Western world blindly. And I think that's one thing which is dawning upon all of us with passage of time. And perhaps for me, my relationships are in fantastic space. Yeah, fantastic. I am topping from the bottom. Yes, but I have promised to myself not to replace, but to repair. And that is applicable to every relationships, my dear. If any one of it I stop repairing, perhaps replacement will be required soon. What do you think, Toastmaster, table topic master?
Completely agree with you. We have to repair or build the relationship, not replace it. So with this, we'll conclude the table topic marathon today. I hope I covered everyone in the team. And so, Toastmaster Ashish, you would like to evaluate now, or you want time?
Uh, I'll go as per the agenda, Toastmaster Nikhil.
Okay, fine. So I'll hand over the stage to our moderator of the day, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Needle. What an amazing session we've all just witnessed. Totally loved the table topics as well as everybody's perspectives around it. At this point, I have to check one thing with you, Needle. Is this going to be one round of table topics, or are we planning to do another round as well?
So let's plan it out after the evolution, depending on the time. Let's have the speeches now.
Yeah, I think we will be running. We have a choice to make here. We can either do the speeches or we can have another round of table topics.
Our speaker is crying. We cannot let her cry.
Yeah, and I see that looks like Swarnav has also joined in, so that makes it even more difficult for us to accommodate another round of table topics. But yeah, I think we can have another such session in the future, like
Yeah, sure.
considering everybody's totally loved and so engaged with it. So thanks once again to Toastmaster Needle for organizing this table topics marathon for all of us today. And it's now time for us to move on to the prepared speeches segment. Table Toastmaster Rashi, can I request you to do a quick audio video check?
Yes,
It's a wonderful day today.
it's a wonderful day today.
Fine.
Finally,
It is finally, yes. Okay. So without further
I just
ado,
need 10 seconds.
okay. Okay, please let me know when you are ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Can you remind me your topic once? Sorry.
Identity is fluid.
Identity is fluid. Toastmaster Rashi, identity is fluid.
Identity is fluid. Who am I? Am I the? Some days I feel like waking up and conquer the whole world. Some days I can't even conquer my bedsheet. After my civil services class landing, something inside me felt empty. Because you don't know when your identity get tied up with something so much that until it slips out of your hand, you don't realize what it meant for you. Daily routines, your dream, your successful version of yourself, everything went away in just one single moment when the result came. Eventually, I moved on to my professional life. New beginnings, new expectation, new world. I started with a lot of confidence, maybe a bit too much confident. Lately, I have been working with people who are more smarter, faster, experienced than me. Kind of people who get things in seconds, and I'm still reading that line for the third time, thinking in my head, hey, what's that? And around the same time, things became even more confusing at work. I, a non tech manager, leading a technical team, who, and recently we got a kind of bit too technical project. New tools, new jargons, new processes. And my team talking in what feeling like Greek, Latin, and JavaScript combined. It was the kind of project where one decision could extend deadlines for weeks. And guess what? Deadline did got extend again and again. And I was thinking, why it is not making sense? Is it just me? Or maybe I'm not meant for this. One evening after another rough day, that quiet voice surfaced in my head. Who am I to be here? Am I good enough? Or did I just got lucky? I sat with that thought. I didn't fight it. I just sat with it. And then something slowly and gently surfaced. Acceptance. I asked myself again, who am I? Am I the one who hides when tides get high? Or the one who just face them upright? Am I the one who pretends to know everything? Or the one who accepts to know nothing? I started relearning. I started learning about some technical basis, just enough so that I can understand what is going around me. Not to become an engineer, but to get things working for me. I won't say I know everything, but I would say I know now what I'm doing, at least to the point that things get started working in favor for me. Some At this particular point, something clicked really right. It's better to try, to show imperfect, to ask questions, to ask, to mess up things, to learn and to try again, than to hold on to something unrealized potential just because I'm scared of failing. Identity isn't a title. It isn't what people think of you. It's not even what you keep on telling to yourself over the years. Identity is a moment. It's every tiny shift you make in yourself every day when no one sees. It's inside you and you can feel it deeply. So, who am I? I'm becoming, I'm learning, I'm unlearning, I'm trying things, I'm figuring out things on the go. And I think for now, that's enough. Before I end, I want to leave you all with a simple thought. Who are you becoming today? Thank you.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Rashi. Who are we becoming today is the question, and very reflective. Coincidentally, that was close to my table topic as well for today. And like you said, I think the identity where we just put labels on our own self or others, identity really is fluid. So thanks again, Toastmaster Rashi, for that amazing speech. We would like to have 30 seconds of feedback coming from everyone for you. You could, everyone is requested to put it on the group chat, what you loved, what is something you think can be done better in this speech. Timer, let's give it just 30 seconds for people to put their points. And while people are doing that, I would like to request Toastmaster Swarnav to please come on the camera on the virtual stage so we can do an audio video check. Swarnav, can you repeat after me? It's a beautiful day today.
It's a beautiful day today. I'm audible and visible clearly.
You are visible clearly, but I think there is an audio glitch. Let's do it one more time. It's a beautiful day today.
Day today. Better?
Yes, let's do it one last time.
30 seconds is done.
Thanks, Pihu. Yeah, please repeat after me one more time, Toastmaster Swarnav. It's a beautiful day today.
It's a beautiful day today.
Okay. Toastmaster Vivek, can I request you to share the objectives for Toastmaster Swarnav's speech?
Unfortunately, I could not get in contact with him, so he probably has to state it now.
Okay. Toastmaster Swarnav, could you share
Yeah,
the
just a second. I'm
project?
sharing in the group. Just a second.
And while Toastmaster Swarnav is doing that, Vivek, can I check if you're able to hear Swarnav properly?
Not so clearly. I would love to have better power in the volume.
Okay, okay. So Swarnav, you could probably speak a little louder if possible.
Sure.
We can
Sure,
catch.
sure.
What is the duration of Swarnava's speech?
I've shared. Can you check? It's 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
It's in a group. Yeah.
Can we do audio check once more?
Yep. Okay. Swarnav, could you repeat after me? It's a beautiful day today.
It's a beautiful day today.
Is it not clear, Toastmaster Vivek?
I can hear, but volume is very low. If you can increase the volume, please.
Can you speak louder, Toastmaster Swarnav? It's a beautiful day today.
Sure. It's a beautiful day today. Better?
It's better, but not up to the mark. You decide. Let's go ahead otherwise.
Yeah. Can you step a bit closer to the mic? Yeah. Are you using a Bluetooth device?
No. So this is my phone's microphone only I'm using. So I'm
Okay.
not checking the headphones.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, maybe stepping closer to the mic will help.
Sure. So
Yeah.
this is the distance I'll be speaking. I'll be tell you that.
Okay. Yeah. It's slightly better now. So, okay. So, can you tell me the speech title as well, Swarnav?
Yeah, just a second.
Toastmaster Vivek, would you like to speak out the objectives quickly?
Just a minute. Is it in the chat or
Yeah,
WhatsApp?
it's
I
in the,
think yes, send in the WhatsApp.
yes, it's in the backstage group.
Just a minute. Hi, everybody. So Toastmaster Swarnav is delivering his level 3 elective project, Team Collaboration Pathway. Yeah, so I wish you all the best, Swarnav. Connect with the storytelling. Connect with the storytelling. So purpose statement, the purpose of this project is for member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. So I will evaluate you accordingly. I will evaluate your speech accordingly, according to the evaluation form. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. So, the altitude of authenticity, lessons from a faltering voice in the mist. Toastmaster Swarnav Malik, Toastmaster Swarnav Malik, the altitude of authenticity, lessons from a faltering voice in the mist. The stage is yours,
Good morning,
Toastmaster Swarnav.
everyone. I was born and brought up in the hills of Darjeeling, where the mist wraps itself around the tea gardens. And the mountains reminds you how small you are, but never insignificant. At my boarding school, I was a young kid, but I carried something heavy. I carried a stammer. For me, words felt like climbing the Mount Everest, and each and every sentence felt like a battlefield. I was mocked, I was ragged, and later on in life, when I shifted to Kolkata, I prayed for a small change, but same mockery, same ridicule, all carried me forward. And if that wasn't enough, my dear audience, in my childhood, I was about to die. Pneumonia ravaged my lungs. I can still remember the sharp hospital smells, leaking machines. A doctor fought for me, and I was saved. So you see, I grew up with two battles, one for my breath and another for my voice. So today, I speak about redefining people, purpose, and possibility. Because me as a person, I didn't have it easy. I had to redefine values to survive. Now let's talk about people. From childhood, people define me. My what I couldn't do, a stammerer who can't speak properly, labels sharper than knives. Words can hurt more than sticks or stones. But still, I can remember some people. There was a teacher in my school who waited patiently for me to complete my sentences, who never filled my gaps. There was a classmate of mine who whispered, "Please carry on, I am listening." There was a stranger on the train who inquired about my stammering, not with mockery, but with genuine curiosity. People can destroy you, or they can redefine you in your lives. Think about the people who defined you, and think about those people who redefine you. Me as a corporate lawyer, I know laws and contracts matter, but people matter more. Me as an author, I know words matter, but listeners matter more. People can diminish your value, or they can help you to discover it. Now let's talk about purpose. From childhood, I thought that standing was my curse. But later on in life, I found it out that standing is my gift. It's forced me to listen more than I speak. It taught me patience. It taught me perseverance. It shaped the lawyer I become, the author I am, and the founder that I strive to be. When I wrote my first book, The Unbroken Voice, it's not about me, no, but it's about the people who felt silenced or who felt diminished. When I built my first startup, it's not about the wellness products, no, but it's about something deeply rooted into dignity and healing and the values that our scars are not our weakness, they are our strength. When I joined the Indian Stammering Association, it's not charity. It's me standing with young boys and girls and reminding me of my younger self. Broken, fragile, but having deep potential inside. My dear audience, in life, purpose always doesn't come from success. Sometimes it comes from suffering. My pain gave me my purpose, and I can promise you this. Things that can break you, they can make you. Now let's talk about possibility. Possibility didn't exist for the kid who cried to sleep in Darjeeling. Possibility didn't exist for the kid who was mocked at every stabbing word. But possibility slowly started to unravel itself. When I spoke in front of a small group, when a reader wrote to me, your book gave me courage, and the moment I got invited from Harvard. Now, let me tell you this why this mattered. At Harvard, I wasn't invited there because my voice was fluent. No, nor my resume was flawless. I was invited there because I had a story of resilience. My perspective mattered, and my voice that refused to stay broken. At Harvard, I joined the Future Leaders of Law program to strengthen my leadership and communication skills, and to share my story living with a stammer just before the time we all were battling against the COVID-19 pandemic to save our lives. At Harvard, I spoke about stammering not as a weakness, but as a different kind of strength. And I realized one thing there by the audience that leadership is not about having the most powerful voice, no, but about having the most authentic one. And I learned one thing there the things that you think that disqualifies you, they are the only reason why you were chosen. From childhood, I believe that my value is tied to fluency. If I am not fluent, I am valueless. But later on in life, I realized my value is not in perfection, but in persistence. Value is not in influence, but in authenticity. Value is not what breaks you down, but how you rise under. So how we can redefine value. So surround yourself with the people who can lift you up higher and be the same for someone else. Let your pain drive towards your passion and don't let the world's definition of impossible to define your future. I wish I could tell that fragile boy in Darjeeling whose lungs were almost about to fail, voice flattered, that one day you will speak. One day your brokenness will become your biggest gift. One day you will stand up on stage like this and people will listen to you, not despite of your voice, but because of it. So to each one of you present here today, whatever your problem, your scars, don't let it to diminish your value. It defines your story, fuels your purpose, and it expands your possibility. Redefine your value, redefine yourself, and let the world hear your broken voice. Thank you, and back to you, Dr. Toastmaster.
Huge round of applause, Toastmaster Swarnav. What an amazing speech and what an amazing message he has shared with all of us in a world where we constantly try to run away from our weakness. Here's someone who's embraced his weakness and has the message that our weakness can indeed be our biggest strength. So thank you, Toastmaster Swarnav. I would like to request timer to have 30 seconds for everyone to share their feedback for Swarnav in the group chat.
Thirty seconds are done.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pihu, for confirming. With that, we come to the end of our prepared speeches. And now it's time for us to move to the evaluations round. I would like to invite Toastmaster Ashish on the stage, but he has a request for us that before he gives his table topics evaluation, he would like for us to share our votes for the best table topic speaker. So I'm sharing the link, and Toastmaster Pihu, I would again request you to time this for 30 seconds so everybody can use this form for sharing your votes for the best prepared speaker and best table topic speaker. We will do the other voting later, but the idea is that the evaluation that Ashish will do should not influence our public uh, vote. So that's why we are doing this ahead of the evaluation by Toastmaster Ashish.
And Toastmaster Mohit, how much time do I have for my evaluation report?
You will have we'll have to squeeze the timing a little bit considering we are running late. So is say 3 to 5 minutes, I think, what we can spare.
Yeah, works. Okay.
3 will do green for 3, then 4 yellow, and then 5 will be red. 30 seconds. Yes, Toastmaster Rashi.
But to choose for winners of other roles and all, we need to get done with their reports and evaluation for prepared speeches.
That's correct. Yeah, for now we are just putting the vote for the best table topic speaker and even the best speaker. The other evaluations will be done later. So I'll be sharing the form again at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Toastmaster Pihu, I'll just wait for you to confirm that
Oh
30
yes,
seconds are
30
done.
seconds are done. Yes.
And request everyone to vote if you haven't already done so. You would have seen this link on the group chat. So please use that to vote for the best speaker and best table topic speaker. Let's give it another few seconds.
One minute has passed overall.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pihu. So let's continue. I'm happy to invite my friend and fellow Toastmaster Ashish to be here as the evaluator for the table topics special marathon session that we had today. Toastmaster Ashish is a finance professional. He's a Toastmaster by passion. He's served as various district roles, including area director, and he has been a champion for division level and went up to till the district level for ISC slash table topics. So we're, we're so happy to have you here today, Ashish, and looking forward to the feedback you have for us. Over to you.
Thanks so much, Toastmaster Mohit. And the table topic evaluation also starts with yours. Your topic was how do you see yourself? And you reminded us very well about the whole story of glass half full and half empty. The story which you shared was extremely inspiring, and the best part was, I believe, you ended with a call to action, looking at how far we have come, and not only what's the future ahead. Extremely well attempted topic. Couple of improvement suggestions. One, you might think of starting not with a thank you to the table topic one point which we challenge ourselves is the moment the topic is announced, we connect with the audience and not just the table topic master. So that might be something which you want to challenge yourself. And the fact that the kind of expertise you carry on the storytelling, bringing that more into here, the sharing which you were doing was kind of in a past, that story of yours that you went out of the job. Perhaps you could have used a little more storytelling technique to bring the audience or take the audience along with you to that point of time. Overall, exceedingly well attempted topic. Second was Toastmaster Vivek. Took off literally like a plane with a story and highlighted an extremely relatable story of COVID times. And personally, you took me back to those torrent times, Toastmaster Vivek. Extremely well done. The message was extremely inspiring too. You told us to build the habits, and how you were able to successfully do it by reading 100 plus book. You truly reminded us that consistency can be a superpower. Couple of improvement point that you can keep working on your speech crafting, stitching the story, and improve especially the start and the end part of it, starting with a brief connect with the audience and ending with a little better call to action. Overall, supremely inspiring story told, and very well done by building the habit of reading. Toastmaster Rashi, the one negative thought you wanted to delete. Your story was extremely inspiring, and you shared with us that you want to be limitless. I think what a lovely message. Indeed, I think limitations are in the head, as they say. And I think this reminder you gave to us today, and very well done by sharing your thoughts around this important topic. Couple of pointers to you for improvement. Try to summarize a better call to action at the end, and work on your storytelling. Bring the aspect where you tried, even if you failed, or bring the aspect where you tried and succeeded in terms of the story. That enhances the audience engagement overall on your topic. On the whole, well done. Thank you. We move to Toastmaster Pihu. One habit that you like to build, and the habit she's told about is book reading. And coincidentally, so many, as they say, readers are the leaders, and today number of people have spoken about reading. So you told us about the book reading habit you want to build, and three amazing book you reminded us about: Richest Man in Babylon, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Atomic Habit. Again, super inspiring books called out. The improvement I would challenge you with is, try and start with a call to action. Okay, for instance, I am going to read 10 books this year. How about you? Or next year, how about you? And likewise, use a little more storytelling in your structure, or in the body of your table topic. Moving to guest Nina. Who in your family makes you smile? Guess Nina, the thing that stood out in your table topic was humor. You told us about the funny story. I loved that. Count the hairs on my head and see if anyone is missing. My goodness, that was a fab. And the flush me down sequence was equally a fab. So you shared a number of things. I think your presence on the stage, and quickly you were able to stitch so many stories were very very good. That reflect your years behind the Toastmasters. And you reminded us today that a day without laughter is a day wasted. Couple of improvement call to action is one. So maybe a little more focus on the call to action to the end can improve the overall takeaway for the audience, and try to improve the transitions in the story. So number of them were stitched together in a humorous way. Perhaps a little better transition would have left even a better impact on the audience. Coming to Toastmaster Winnie, the natural gift. She shared about solo dancing, and like they say, dance like no one's watching. So truly you shared about this particular skill of yours well. And also perhaps even more inspiring was your habit of learning new things, so which you talked about. Your topic revolved around it. Try to see that you could utilize the storytelling, maybe the time when you first took the stage as a dancer. Those are the things which leaves lasting impact to the audience, and therefore gives a better call to action as well. Moving to Toastmaster Simi, I remember we used to have the marathons of our table topic master with Toastmaster Simi. She started very well. She started with the with human being a social animal. And one of the things which she did well was not greeting to table topic master. A lot of time we end up starting by greeting to table topic master. The moment you are on the stage, you are attending the entire set of the audience. So try and see that you talk to the entire audience, not just greeting to the table topic master. You thanked people in the call. You thanked about you shared the story about your sister who's been uplifting and who's played a big role in your life, and you reminded us that gratitude can turn everything into enough. So I think that was extremely well done. Try and see, do you leave it with a little better call to action that might improve the impact overall of your table topic. Next was Toastmaster Shravan. Bold step if you know you would not fail. And I thought he started very well by saying that any step would be bold step if the fear of failure is not there. So that was an interesting way of sharing. In fact, the counter one, there is nothing bold required if you know that you're not going to fail at all. But you shared about the uncertainty being excitement of the life. I thought that was very, very relatable message personally for me, and I'm sure for the audience. The story of being jobless and how you did MBA and how you finally are able to gain knowledge, but still struggling to use it. Personally, I think learning never go waste, and I am glad that you took that step. And I am damn sure that that learning will one day put you in a very good state. Overall, try and improve a bit on the call to action. You ran out of time, perhaps you tied up for that reason, but a bit better call to action will improve the impact of your topic. Next was Toastmaster Soumya, spending one day offline. That was a tough one, I must say. And Soumya, what you did the best was perhaps starting with a smile. The moment you were on a stage, maybe the topic was such, or it's a natural style of yours. To me, smile is the best makeup we can wear. It helps to connect with the audience very, very well. And you did that very well. I thought that was a big highlight. You told us about how you will jump online, how you will jump online perhaps if you are asked to be offline and start scrolling and so on and so forth. The story was again relatable. One improvement point for you to use storytelling, and one tip can be that you might say that I tried this recently, even if it did not happen. And we can be creative and we can be fictional. We do not need to be only on the self-help books which are spoken a lot today. So it can be a fictional created story as well through our mind. But of course that's tough since the time is limited. Keep challenging yourself to reach there. Next was Toastmaster Kanika, life's lesson that learned hard way. She reminded us, as they say in Hindi, "Sabse bada rog kya kahenge log?" What will people say? And there are so many lessons which she started by saying that there are so many lessons, but the big lesson is not to care about the viewpoint of others. Very well articulated call to action for the audience, and that I think was the highlight of her topic. It's not what others think, but what you think of yourself. Extremely well done. Keep sharpening your storytelling and try and see that if you could take people to a point of time in your life and talk about an incident, that always help to connect better to the audience. Second last was Toastmaster Mukesh, personal rule for yourself. You reminded me, buddy, if procrastination was a sport, I'll be a gold medalist. And I'm glad that you'll be a silver medalist. It was so relatable, quite a big problem for all of us, habit of procrastination. And you spoke about how procrastination efficiency has been kind of balancing with you. Keep learning to improve your storytelling and point out one specific incident, for instance, when it hurted you the most, or maybe when it helped you. So it can be hilarious as well if that is spoken about. Right, last was Toastmaster Neetu, one thing to stop complaining about. And she reminded us about that humans indeed complain a lot. See, I'm complaining as well. Try and she told us how she's trying to improve day to day with feedback. I thought the topic was relatable. A couple of improvements. One, she could start learning a little more around storytelling, and integrating storytelling in your topic will help to leave a better impact on the topic. But overall, you reminded us of one beautiful quote, and I want to end my evaluation with that I complained about the shoes till I met a man without legs. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashish. Very detailed, very pointed, and very useful feedback. I'm sure we're all going to apply this in our subsequent table topics, and especially with the contest coming up. And now it's time for me to move on to the prepared speeches evaluation. First, I would like to invite on stage Toastmaster Pihu, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Rashi's speech. Over to you, Pihu.
I thoroughly enjoyed your speech, Rashi. It kept me hooked throughout. What stood the most for me was your facial expressions. I observed that you kept a smile throughout your speech. That made it relatable and made me feel the connect towards you as an audience. I also enjoyed how you use your hand gestures. They were also natural and clear. They were not abrupt. I liked how you used the click gesture when you said second. Your body language was open. It looked relaxed, approachable, so we were all comfortable listening to you. I would also say that there are a few areas of improvements that you can work upon and shine your speech brighter. The first one I would say is movement. So I would suggest that you should use your camera frame more, and the movement should be planned. It should not look like you are doing it impromptu. So plan ahead and kind of practice your speech along with the movements in front of a camera or a mirror. Second thing that I would like to highlight would be vocal variety. Try adding some vocal variety to some parts of your speech and see how it can add impact to your message. Third, which I would say, is connection. So we were engaged listening to you, but it would be more great if you can kind of come up with things that can engage users and the audiences to kind of use the chat box or such tools or raise hand kind of things so that the audience is more interested to know what you are going to say next. And lastly, I would again um, like to draw your attention on what are the things that I enjoyed the most in your speech. So, your storytelling was simple and it was honest. We could follow your journey of how identity changes, and the whole concept of identity crisis and identity fluid was made clear. Your message delivery was also on point, which was the purpose of your speech, which was to write and deliver with purpose. And then finally, you spoke with confidence, which made your message believable and inspiring. Thank you, Rashi.
Thank you so much. Very well evaluated. What Pihu followed was commendation, recommendation, and commendation. Was ended on a very positive note, which encourages the speaker, something for all of us to learn from Pihu. And now I would like to invite on stage our second evaluator, Toastmaster Vivek, who's evaluating Toastmaster Swarnav's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mohit Sahani. Am I audible? Thank you. So let me congratulate Toastmaster Swarnav for delivering a wonderful speech, how he identified some of the weaknesses which he recalled from his childhood, from his boarding school time. As he was delivering the entire speech, I could take myself in the Darjeeling area, hilly region, even though I have never visited. I could feel I could imagine that I am amongst the mountains, his boarding school. He was using some excellent combination of words. I could really see some good word play. People, purpose, possibilities, 3 P's. He said stammering was a curse. No, he converted that into a gift. He also talked about how he converted that into values. When he was talking about people, purpose, and possibilities, he changed his location on the stage. So I could see that he made an excellent use of the stage, excellent use of the space. It was a great storytelling. I could connect with that storytelling. I could see some eye contact also. There was a clarity. There was a vocal variety I could see. And most importantly, it was a emotion. You could, with that emotion, you can connect with the audience. Having said all these good points, which you are really where you have actually excelled, I would like you to consider a couple of areas of improvement. One, I thought the speech title was too big for me to understand what exactly you are conveying. So probably you may consider keeping speech title in 3 or 4 words. What I could gather, lessons from faltering voice. The first part I could not remember. So that is one thing. Second is probably you can connect with audience better. Maybe ask them if they had some similar experience. Maybe ask them to type in the chat box something in 1 word. Ask closed-ended questions. So which doesn't take the limelight away from you. Overall, to sum up, you met the purpose of the speech storytelling. You could narrate with the entire thing with a lot of emotions, which is the connect between you and the audience. And we could relate that very well, what was happening. And the point of improvement, speech title and audience connect. Thank you. And once again, I congratulate you for completing your level 3 elective. Over
Thank
to
you,
you,
Toastmaster
distinguished
Vivek.
Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. Very wonderfully evaluated. You provided some in-depth points which will be very valuable for the speaker and for all of us as well. And with that, we come to the end of the prepared speeches evaluation. And now it's time for me to call my tag team players who will present their reports. So let me start by inviting on stage Toastmaster Pihu.
I would like to share my screen to present my report. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So, speaker number 1, Rashi. She took 5 minutes and 42 seconds and completed on time. Swarnava took 5 minutes and 43 seconds to complete his speech. Toastmaster Vivek took 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete the evaluation, which was within the time frame. Let's come to the table topics. Toastmaster Mohit took 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Vivek took 1 minute and 40 seconds. Toastmaster Rashi took 1 minute and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Pihu, which is me, I took 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Guest Neelam took 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Toastmaster Winnie took 1 minute and 25 seconds. Toastmaster Simi, she took 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Toastmaster Bob, he took 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Shravan, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Toastmaster Soumya, 1 minute 56 seconds. Toastmaster Kanika, 2 minutes 13 seconds. Toastmaster Mukesh, he took 1 minute and 48 seconds. Guest Niru, took 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and Toastmaster Ashish took 1 minute and 55 seconds. I will have to see what happened during the evaluation of the table topics and during my evaluation segment. So I will check the recording and will mention the timing here and will share the complete report in the group. Overall, the report uh, shows a good progress, and there was no speech or no evaluation segment or no impromptu segment that took more than the requested time or the less time. So kudos to all of you, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pihu. Very thorough report, a visual presentation, and the calm and composed voice in which you speak is something that I and I'm sure everyone else is learning from. So keep up the good work. Just a couple of suggestions for you. The When we share the timer card, the speaker view becomes very small. So one suggestion I have is that if you have to share the timer card, then you can take it off after a few seconds. So the speaker will come to know that the green card is over, time is there now, and then you can bring the next card after a little bit. So that might help us in seeing the speaker fully. And secondly, for the visual report, you already have the data presented, which everybody can read, and you don't have to read it out completely. Some of the points that we can, further improve to make the most of our time. So thank you once again, Pihu, for the report. And now I would like to hand over the stage to our R counter of the day, Toastmaster Winnie.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Mohit, let me try and share my screen. Uh, I hope it is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So the R counter report for today is listed here, like all of the speakers who spoke. For some, I could capture their roles, and some of them had multiple roles. So whatever I could capture, Soumya, Toastmaster Soumya did had filler words, used filler words 6 times. Toastmaster Rashi used crutch word once and filler word 3 times, and there was one pause. Toastmaster Neetal, I could not see any of these CRPFs in her speaking. For Toastmaster Vivek, he used ahs and ums once. Toastmaster Mohit, for you, there were filler words 3 times. Toastmaster Neeru used filler words 3 times. Then Simmi used filler words 9 times and crutch words once. I think Neetal, I have another one. One more time, I've written down your name, and it shows that you used ahs and ums once. Okay, for Toastmaster Ashish, I could not find any usage of CRPFs. Then Toastmaster Pihu, you had used crutch words and filler words thrice and one pauses. For Toastmaster Weber, I could not see any CRPF usage. Then for Mukesh, he used ahs and ums 10 times and there was one pause. And similarly for Kanika, I could not see her using filler words. For Nina, she had used filler words twice. For Shravan, he had used filler words 6 times. And for Sarnav Malik, I could only see one pause. But volume was slightly low, so I cannot be very sure on this. But I think he had used one pause. So that is all. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Winnie. That was another very well crafted report. And I would give the same suggestion here also. It's a visual report, so you can actually, instead of reading everything out, what we can use is the themes that are coming out from the overall report. We can share a tip, and that's how we can add even more value to the report. So thank you once again. And now it's time for me to call on stage Toastmaster Soumya, our grammarian for the day, to present her report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. I'm going to try to share my screen. Hopefully, this will allow me to do that. Okay. I hope you're able to see that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so as I mentioned before, I was looking for the good, great, and not so great use of English language. Let's start with the word of the day. The It was used by only Nina, Toastmaster Nina. So that's great. The idiom of the day was used twice by Toastmaster Mohit, once by Pihu and once by Vinny. So here are some, there were a lot of great usage of English language for this meeting. I counted that amongst us, we had like total of 26 different usages, most of it around visual imagery or rhetoric devices. So yeah, you can read these. I thought there were a few that stood out to me, like saying I'm becoming or readers are leaders. One in particular was very interesting. That was said by Toastmaster Nina, which was while describing the hair bun, she mentioned that one has egg yolk inside and one has egg yolk outside. So I've never heard that used before. I thought very creative, very interesting it was. I will share this report later so you can look at it even in more detail. Coming to some potential for improvements, again, here taking the feedback from Toastmaster Mohit, I'm not going to read it out. So you can see what were the phrases that we can improve upon. Something I noted is that we tend to make a mistake in connecting the past and the present tense together, right? So let's say we say here is an example, like we're saying deadlines did got extended. So with the whenever we have the word did, we want to use the present tense. So deadlines did get extended, and that's something I've noticed throughout the meetings. I think that is fixing that would automatically improve a lot of our collective grammar usage. And overall, I noted 9. It was very hard to find not so great usages today, even though we had a lot of impromptu speaking. So I think that's kudos to all of us. And that concludes my report. Back to you, tabletop. Now, general evaluator, Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Soumya. Yeah, thanks. It's well-crafted report again, and you just focused on the theme that are coming out from the overall report. So that's really good. One suggestion I have for you, especially when it comes to the word of the day and the phrase of the day, it needs a little bit of nudge through the meeting for people to remember that they have to use the word of the day. So you could actually put it on the group chat that when it's the start of the table topics or sometime which is logical, where you can just plug that in so people are reminded to use the word and the phrase of the day. So yeah, thanks once again. So that's my team, and now it's time for me to share my overall report. When it comes to the today's overall meeting, I think there are amazing takeaways. The best part of today's meeting was the marathon on table topics, which was Toastmaster Neetal's idea, and everybody supported that idea, and we got it is said that when the why is clear, how appears. So Toastmaster Needle was very clear that she had to do the marathon session. She has to invest in our members to make them ready for the upcoming table topics contests. So her why was very clear, and then magically we had Toastmaster Ashish and so many people from other clubs who joined in today, and we had such a fantastic session overall. So thank you to Toastmaster Neetal for that idea, and for everybody else in the EC team and all the members and friends who supported her mission. Now, today's meeting, we started a little late. We started 7 or 8 minutes late. There were Murphy's Law, I think, coming into action today. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong with people's laptops, Wi-Fi connections, people dropping out at the last minute. But again, we got together as a team and did the best we could where we were at. So Toastmaster Mona couldn't join in, and I took up multiple roles, and everybody else also did the same. And we were able to still do a fantastic meeting overall. So let's have a round of applause for all of us. We've come so far with that. Our meeting started with Toastmaster Soumya opening as the sergeant at arms. She brought amazing engagement. She had a question for all of us when she asked about what gets us in a flow state. Very interesting question and got all of us hooked. One suggestion for Soumya for that is that it is possible that we will lose time if people speak their hearts out. So you could give them a time and tell them to speak for 10 seconds or 15 seconds, or you just speak in one word or two word. Or you could use the chat box. If we cannot bring in everybody, everybody can share in chat box and you can bring one or two or few people in the virtual camera. But fantastic start to the meeting. The start makes a huge difference to the overall meeting, and you did justice to that. Then we had me coming in as the presiding officer and the moderator and the general evaluator. I had multiple roles to play, and I was a little overwhelmed, as was probably apparent in the way I was conducting myself also. So the suggestion I have for myself is that stay calm, be in the moment. It's okay if you make mistakes, but just remember that the show must go on and you can do the best you can do. So that's the role I had to play. Then we had table topics master, Toastmaster Neetal. I think more I say about the way she ran it, the less it is. It's fantastically executed. The topics were something all of us could relate with. People wanted to speak on those topics, and the way one thing that stood out was the ordering of the speakers was done in advance. So we did not lose any time. We were like going on and on with the speeches, and it created a flow state as well, even during the meeting for us. So very well done, Toastmaster Neetal. I think the only suggestion I have for you is the uh, audio checks for the table topic speaker. So if the speech isn't going right due to some audio issues, we can actually raise our hand, and even if we cannot hear it at all, we can stop it. And instead of going on, it doesn't help anybody if we just keep going on and on. But yeah, that's something we have to think on the spot, and we can only learn from next time onwards. Other than that, amazing the way you did it. Looking forward to more such interesting ideas from you coming into action. Toastmaster Ashish, our evaluator, did justice to the evaluations that he did. Very good tips and tricks he shared with us. One suggestion I think I was going to have for him is also to present a Excel based report if the time is a paucity. So that way we can see everybody's feedback. They can read their own, and he can identify some themes and share the key learnings instead of going through each one individually. But uh, the way he did it was amazing. So um, thanks for him to be here with us and sharing with us his learnings in the form of these evaluations. So that's the report I have overall. I have already shared my feedback for the tag team. And that brings us to the end of this segment as well. Now it's time for me to bring myself once again to the stage as the presiding officer. I would like to take some quick feedback and share the link for the best role players. You don't have to select the table topic speaker this time around, but do share your other votes and overall meeting feedback. A timer, can I still request you, even though the meeting is formally over, for just giving 1 minute for
Sure.
this? And I'll open it up in case anyone has any feedback to share. I see that our guests have mostly already left, but if anybody has to share any specific quick feedback in 15 seconds, you can share that. I can use this time to announce the best table topics speaker. The best table topic speaker today goes to Toastmaster, and this is just based on the people votes. So it goes to Toastmaster Kanika. Huge round of applause. I think every time Kanika is here, she will win the table topics, isn't it? We have to
Yeah.
give her
She
some
was the
challenge.
last speaker. She was listening to everyone and utilized to prepare hers.
Yeah.
And she texted me before the meeting. I don't want to take any role. I want to focus on table topics.
Yeah, true. I wanted to do that. Thank you. Thanks,
Wonderful.
everyone.
And I'm also happy to announce the best speaker for the day. Those votes were also given in advance. So the best speaker for the day goes to Toastmaster Rashi. Toastmaster Rashi, congratulations. Wonderful speech. And you have to apply the learnings that your evaluator had to make it even better. Best wishes. Okay. I know we are already almost 30 minutes over time, and I don't want to hold everybody back. I'm happy to share the results of the other roles offline later in the day. Um, if there is anything anybody has to share, please go ahead. Otherwise, we will just close the meeting in 1 minute. Any quick feedback anyone has?
I
Or
think
anything to
today
share?
uh,
Yes.
my sister was picking on me. I was I was so ready to do it, and then at last minute, everything just gone wrong. And then I was just kept testing her key. Please call me up on the stage. I want to deliver my speech.
Yeah, I think for the audio video tests, once all the role players and speakers should probably join 5 minutes in advance and
Yeah.
then get the audio video tested. Saves everybody a lot of time. But
Yes.
yeah, but it was worth the wait, Rashi. So you did very well. And
Definitely, she did.
before I close, just one quick announcement. We have Colonel Prem's son's reception on Wednesday this week, and some of us who are in Delhi and NCR are planning to attend. If anybody is here and plans to attend, Simi, Vinny, Kanika, Soumya, I know you, Pihu, you are also here in Delhi. Whoever, Mukesh, we've opened a new WhatsApp group just to coordinate and see what we want to gift Toastmaster, sorry, Colonel Prem's son and his his wife. So we can coordinate. Just confirm if you are planning to join, and we will coordinate further. But yeah, just thought use the time to share with everyone, remind
So
everyone.
when is that, Toastmaster Mohit? When is that? Sorry, I missed the date.
It's on the 26th, Wednesday evening, 7:30 onwards. Yeah, in Delhi.
Okay.
Okay, with that, we come to the end of yet another Toastmasters meeting. Thank you, everyone, for your time, and thank you, everyone who participated and who attended. Let's close the meeting there. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day ahead.
You too.
Thank
Bye.
you.